Hello everyone, welcome to another round of the Galactic Podracing circuit today. I'm Game Draca. Joining with me today is Lightning Pirate, and we have Nock versus Mageius, and we're starting on Howler Gorge.
That's right, and we're going forwards this time.
I did not expect someone to use the backwards mod.
I did not either, but here we are in a post-backwards tournament age.
Yes. Oh, I couldn't really. It was so hard to commentate because how do you commentate a backwards lap when you are so used to this going forwards?
Exactly. Yeah, Mageius is definitely known for the when he gets picking, the pretty brutal long courses.
They're also very windy as well.
Very windy as well. There's definitely going to be some excitement in that regard. There we go.
Here we go. Now we have to start.
Oh, and right into the first corner almost.
And he's taking the scenic route. Well, I don't see that often, and yep, there he goes again.
Maybe we should be counting deaths. Is it 3 so far?
Like 4.
4?
Right. 115.
Oh, what happened to Nock there?
Looked like she hit the transition lip without tilting, and that kind of killed her.
This section is going... Oh, yeah, invisible wall there.
Went out of bounds.
Yeah, they don't let you keep going out of bounds there.
I've never seen someone go out of bounds that wasn't the result of falling off a cliff.
Oh boy, this is pretty crash heavy so far.
Yeah.
It's making it difficult to keep track.
Oh yeah. It's crazy, huh?
Yeah, I guess this is just proving that Howler is pretty deadly forwards and backwards. It's a difficult course.
Yeah.
Clean tent for Nock there. Oh, yeah, that same. I see where it is. Yeah, that's difficult to miss if you're gliding.
Mageius just tried boosting on the downslope and crashed because of it.
I'm not sure. He's constantly in a state of spinning out or crash.
And here's Nock just as about now. Here comes Nock just about to lap him. And Nock just lapped him.
Oh, this is rough. And she closes. 354.
354. $207. Oh no. Pop out the popcorn or grab a snack.
It seems like you notice his fog seems like it's on the lowest setting, like the draw distance. Feels like he's not getting a good, like that might help him, being able to see more of the level.
Yeah. Thought for a second he was gonna fly right into the gap.
Yeah, I'm glad he cut it short, and that section is pretty tricky. Oh, okay. We're going engine view. Bar view. Makes it through. And we're back. Maybe that was unintentional.
Not so sure which controller he's on because the first 2 years in 2019 and 2020 he used an SNES controller.
Oh. Yeah, it's looking especially jerky. I'm wondering if that's like a keyboard thing.
And here we go. Almost a full 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So now here we go. Now we're going on to the permabands. So apparently Mageius counted his depth at 22.
Oh, I put that in.
You were actually keeping track?
Yeah.
So we're waiting now on the permabands, Mageius bands Abyss, Knock bands Gravine Gateway. Waiting on the second permabands from both players.
That throws revenge. And Fire Mountain Rally. So we see Mageius banning 2 Ordibana tracks and Nock banning 2 Barunda tracks. Looks like he banned Ben Quadneros. Nock banned the Bunta Classic, knocking out all of the longest courses. That's very smart. And let's see where Mageius takes us.
I wouldn't be surprised if he chooses Bumpies or Gauntlet.
Yep. Or even like Zaga.
Or Baru Coast or Zaga. He is so fond of picking the longest tracks. He's also fond of picking NU too.
That's right, yeah. Throwing in the forces there. Oh, okay. There we go.
Prime Centrum. Here we go.
Perfect.
This track is full of route options. If you don't know the right route, you will get stuck.
I really like how even though it's on the same planet as Endo Prime, it's still very different design wise. Like it's less rural. It's more urban. City streets, more crowds, more posters everywhere. There's a lot of little nice touches that the designers threw in there.
Yeah. And it doesn't overlap with any of the other Endo Prime tracks. And
Not using slide, the track favorite.
Is this a troll move?
I think it's like what Mikey or other players were doing in previous years, where they'll just sort of try to close the skill gap a little bit by, I guess, giving themselves a handicap in the pod selection.
I'm not so sure. I know in 2020, King Bean did picks that were clearly like troll moves.
Yeah. You got to keep it interesting. Two very... aren't these the two most fragile pods in the game?
Yes, Bullseye and Slide are the most fragile, yes.
So I'll work on my death counter here.
As we see, Knock already had, despite Bullseye being much faster. Taking the long road, crashes, misses the middle hole.
Oh.
Honestly, don't know what's a good time for Slide here, and then another crash.
Looks like his stream is frozen for me.
Frozen on my end, too.
That's not good.
.103. And Coronados is on average 10 seconds faster if you do him well. Right side with Mageius' stream increasing, we don't have to worry about the crash counter as much.
Yeah, except it'll be unknown now. We won't get a true count.
Yes, that's true.
I'm not sure what happened, but
Was Mageius like streaming at the wrong rate?
or maybe it's internet issues. Let's check if his stream is running. Oh yeah, no, it's down. His stream is entirely down.
Oh no.
That's not good. Did Nock take a crash there?
Yes.
And that was her first.
Went offline. Oh no.
Oh.
So, what should we do? Is this a DNF for Mageius?
Yeah, I mean, we could give it maybe a few minutes and then call the match if we get no response.
Goofbush in chat, remember he's still going to be racing for the next few minutes, and he has just one true. Okay, he already submitted a time. What is the time? He punched in 3:30.
Can that be right? I guess we'll take his word. Okay, looks like we are back in business here. Mageius temp banning Ben Quadneros. And then knocked temp banned the Boonty Classic again. Definitely don't want to go there. Oh no, and I already see what Mageius has selected.
Zugga!
He hasn't submitted yet, but we'll see if he's trying to.
Yeah, I see Vengeance with a extra band with Bullseye.
Looks like, yeah, he's wanting to ban Bullseye as well. Oh, and Toy, apparently. So he's
There we go.
banning
Selected
Bullseye and
Vengeance
Toy.
and banning Bullseye and Toy Daphner.
Nice. Nock's gonna get whiplash. She's gonna come back in the channel and be like, what? Yeah, Vengeance is the officially selected track. Is that Fud Sang out there?
Yes, he's doing the Podracing track favorite.
I thought he was serving 4 life sentences here.
No. Slide on Vengeance. Ooh, this is gonna be greasy.
Oh boy. All right. This is the official start. And they're
And
on.
this track is so easy to crash on even for the most skilled players.
And there we go. Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be another stream drop, but no, it's just a delay. Figure 8.
Yeah. This is. And Sly can just catch the wall and die, and even Bullseye can't even do it. It's so fragile.
Makes it.
Narrowly makes it through the cog shaft.
Ooh.
Into the warning.
Oh, knock into the energy
Reactor
binder
burning.
there. Yeah.
Now this tube is where you can really get crashing. Amazed Mageius went through all that. And then slams right into a rock. Amazed Mageius survived that. Amazed he survived that. I love that sound Fudge Saints make. That noise really makes me chuckle.
The voice acting for this game is so good. It definitely deserves more praise.
Yes. Fudge Sang makes me laugh so much with the sounds he makes when he takes bonks.
Oh, clearing out asteroids.
Slams right into the cog shaft.
Make it through the door. Oh,
Barely.
It's a new lap record.
I mean,
No
that
more
voice,
invincibility, you would have been killed.
just that voice line by itself, that it's a new lap record, it's so iconic.
Narrowly dodges the reactor core beam.
Is that a clean figure 8 for Mageius there? Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, into the little. What are those fans?
Fans, I like to call it the cog shaft because it looks like cogs. It's so crudely drawn.
Really racking up the deaths here on Mageius's exit out of the gravity tube.
Yeah. I 14. Match point for knock.
So I got 18 deaths for Mageius, but might be off by 1.
Yeah. Knock just wrote in chat as a note for digital unity.
Perfect. I don't think he's in attendance, but we'll have to inform him. All right, again, Mageius banning Ben, Nock banning the Boona Classic, and this is potentially Mageius's last pick because it's match
This
point
is Mageius's last pick.
for Nock. Well, you never know. Oh no, yeah, you're right. It has to be his last pick. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
He's throwing his mirror thing.
Oh no. Mageius is a big fan of the mirrored gentleman's agreement.
And Knock is like, no.
Wait a second. No, don't select that.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh! We have now the first fastest lap force of the tournament on Executioner of all tracks.
Executioner fastest lap. All right.
This is the match I did not expect to see the fastest lap force be thrown out for the first time.
Absolutely. This is the last match I expected that force to be used, but here we go.
4 laps.
4 laps.
Knock just threw in our tournament live chat Roger with a battle droid.
That's a great emote.
Looks like the first flap is going to be a flap with Toy Dampener, the track favorite, who's about medium slow, fully upgraded.
The 4th lap does not count. It's just for us to see the time. So it doesn't do that thing where it jumps straight back to the results screen. Pretty much, Mikey. It's I guess it's meant to be more of a high risk, high reward situation.
This is gonna be a really kooky way to start this force.
Yeah, kicking off the fast lap.
And this is the last match I would have expected it to be pulled. Literally, this was the last match I expected it to be pulled. Ah! I actually think the middle route is faster with Toy and Bullseye than the red carpet path.
Whoa!
Oh, man!
Mageius just screamed there. Mageius miraculously survives that middle tube section.
And crashes right into the door! 136 with Toy. Few deaths. There goes crashes right again. $152. This is what I mean by I think the middle path was actually faster with all the upgrade toy than engine fire. Ah! I thought I saw a crash coming there. Execute that tube drop living up to the track's name of Executioner. It's like what I like to say is where the track earns its name of it.
Yeah, very appropriately named track. Oh, right into the door again. Looks like Knock's gonna beat her last one time.
136.03, beat it by about an eighth of a second. 8/10 of a second.
Oh no! Get no! We
Oh
didn't
no! 149. Crashes on the rock. Oh, I'm amazed Knox survived that. This is certainly going to be faster than her first two laps. $131.28 for a final lap for the final flap time for Knock.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. I like to see the improvement every lap. Also makes it really exciting for the spectators, I guess, or it creates a very different feeling race. And then let's see if Mageius here can beat.
Nope.
Nope. Gonna lock in with his 149.84, looks like. And that's the match. Nock takes it 4-0, and ending in a impressive display of the flap force, or the fast lap force. And for interviews, we have Nock here. Congratulations.
Hello. Thank you. I'm glad we finally got a flap force in.
Yeah, that was definitely the highlight of this match. Just being able to see how it works. I guess we had never seen it before, so.
Yeah, turning first, right? I'm glad
Yep.
we're using it. I was pretty excited that we added that as one of the forces that you could do.
Yeah. Hello.
Mageius?
Hey there.
Yeah,
GGs.
can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Good. I've got to make sure to go back and tweak my actual sensitivity settings since I used two separate ones. I've got to remember to find that butter zone for when using Bullseye versus Ben.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bullseye's super twitchy.
Yeah, I've got to go back and recalibrate that one because I've got one where it's like less sensitivity, but remembering those exact things.
Right.
Yeah, but I think it was at least halfway decent this time.
Yeah, I would agree. It was the first fast lap force of the whole tournament.
I think I'm gonna have to start doing that more.
Oh no. What inspired you to select that one?
Oh man.
Let's see. Considering that only means I have to not screw up for one lap,
Oh yeah. No, that's a good
Yep.
strategy then.
and considering I had banned Ben, I really should have remembered my actual settings for Bullseye as far as making sure he's not as twitchy on that one, but I wasn't positive beforehand I was going to swap between that or... Well, wait, did I? Yeah, I perma-banned Ben, didn't I? Or...
You temp ban Ben.
Oh yeah, all the tracks, yeah. Sorry about that.
That's alright.
But...
I don't mind playing off meta.
Let's put it this way. Fast Lap is solid. It's like, I think I'm going to enjoy that, and also anybody that wants to actually try doing the craziness that is mirrored, but it's me. Don't complain. But hey, I have improved over the last few times.
Yeah, there were a lot closer
Oh.
times this time around.
Yeah. Very significant this time.
Well, hey, considering I finally managed to got good who helped me out, and I'd have to look up my DMs on that one, and I've got a lot, but we finally managed to get a bit of help for me getting the controller stuff better, so that helps.
Oh, and we have in chat, what was your input method for this time around?
Still an actual Switch controller, though I really should dig out my PS3 controller, but I hate where the analog stick is for that one, despite it actually registering a proper, full thing on that one. But to be precise, analog stick with the D-pad acting as basically, the arrow keys as well.
I see.
Well, hey, best of both worlds.
As in a Switch controller, I'm guessing the Switch Pro controller?
Yes, though, you know how those things get like 3 to 4 years on with the analog stick?
Yeah, they start to drift. Is that what you're referring to?
Not the Joy-Cons, I'm talking about the stick itself. If you ever notice, whenever I'm in the sensitivity, how it's never perfectly centered, and I don't have my screen up, sadly, present, but yeah, it never wants to stay centered perfectly. I'm always having to actually adjust it the tiniest bit.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I know, but hey, I've improved.
Despite the the controller difficulties.
Oh, hey, would you rather me have started with an SNES controller this year?
Oh my god.
Probably not.
Probably not a good idea.
The only thing I wish I had is an easier way to actually set up a dedicated camera switch thing, because although you didn't see it, for more tracks like Boomta and those ones, I have actually found it a bit easier to get some of the turns by switching to first person, so that way I know exactly where I am in the turn, so I know I can quickly, switch it to that way, make the turn, switch back real quick, and just know that I've got my lines for the movement. it's a solid strategy, and well, all you higher level racers probably don't need it, but for me, it helps slightly, and I'll personally take whatever I can to make it better for myself.
Yeah, whatever gets you the fastest times.
Well, hey, I did at least improve my time for Executioner. Without completing it, it was still a 3-second improvement.
For the 3-lap time?
Yeah, sorry, for the best lap.
Oh, best lap. Nice.
Yeah, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Got a few other matches to schedule, but it should be fun at the very least.
Yeah, well, good luck in your future matches, and GG's to both you guys.
I honestly have to say, for anybody else in the tournament, if you're not as good and you get the ability to do it, Fast Lap will give you at least a chance on that one because, well, as long as you don't screw up once, you got a shot at it. I mean, ban like Benner or Bullseye and pick a track that's insanely good for the other that you think you can actually manage to squeeze a Fast Lap through, and you might be able to snag a point or two.
Yeah, I gotta agree. It definitely makes it more engaging where it's like each lap there's a new chance, right? Yeah, like you're saying.
Yeah.
And it does allow for, a lot of interesting things. And with me, I suck, but at least I'll try to make it entertaining.
That's great.
Well,
all right, well, thank you guys for coming out and giving us a great match. Mageius popping off with the fast lap force, so we love to see it.
I swear, just like for all for every other competitor out there, I'm not joking when I say it. Try it out. It's like, just don't pick Mangazi. Just pick a horse that's like, a bit of the longer ones that requires some skill, and hey, force them to have to play perfectly for a single lap.
Definitely, yeah. You're pioneering a new strategy here.
Hey, I did that with Mirrored, but I'm the only one that still does it.
Well, the meta has to get there. You're way ahead of the curve, so everyone else has to catch up.
Okay, as I said, at the very least, Fast Lap I think is probably going to be seen more as the later into the rounds because of being able to pick those precise courses that I know my opponent's not good at this course, or I know my opponent's not good at that course, and I've got the slight edge on this one. You're going to start seeing it. It's going to look amazing.
All right, well, look forward to that in future Mageius matches, and be sure to stay tuned in to Speed Gaming, and come join us in the Discord and get the tournament updates rule, and you'll never miss a match. Thank you to both our runners for showing up today and giving us a great match, and thank you to Game Draco for co-commentating with me, and thank you to Speed Gaming for hosting, and to Diesel Pilot for tracking and handling things behind the scenes. That's it for us. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye all.
Thanks everyone. See ya.
Well,
Bye.
take care, everyone. May the force be with you.